Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called Riverdance at the Eurovision Song Contest 30 April 1994, Dublin. Eurovision Song Contest, it's a talent show. I would assume, I think Eurovision is a famous talent competition of something of the sort. This is apparently, it's Ireland, so this is Ireland's submission, I would assume, but let's check it out and comment, like, and subscribe. Oh, it was okay. Yeah, it was in actual Dublin. Oh,
now, my friends,
the Eurovision
Riverdance,
was over there.
A full-bodied orchestral dance piece composed by Bill Whelan, involving traditional Irish dancers, the Celtic choir Anúna, and the magical dance partnership of Jean Butler and Michael Flatley.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Riverdance.
Are they singing live? I love this. This one's so nice. Oh, okay, so they weren't actually participating in because it was Dublin, well, Ireland was the host, but they're not in competition. There was no chance of them winning, apparently.
I am leaving to nourish you, cherish you.
Okay, so they became super big after this? Oh, that's the cool. They sing incredible. I love this. I love the hood. Like, everything's very folk, Irish-like. I love all the hoods. I can't believe they're live, actually. This sounds incredible. It sounds so like old-timey, and I feel like I'm like in the woods with fairies. I think there's something magical happening. Like, this music is it's making me believe this. I'm being transported into the woods. Oh, okay, this is different. Oh. Oh, it's an Irish folk. Oh, they're Irish dancing. Is she barefoot? I wonder if they are always in like a ballet thing with some slippers. Doing this barefoot, I think, is crazy. I thought they had shoes. Oh, this is like very... Well, those kicks are so high. Like, she's jumping very high. Well, like, she's a dancer, of course. Oh. Oh my god, okay. Oh my, this is making me want to dance. Oh, this is livelier. His feet are moving so fast. He's jumping so high. This is so catchy. Oh my god. I can't put... The kicks are super high. Where is she? Oh, I love all these drums. These are my favorite part. Yeah, I was about to say it looks like a dance battle when one part goes with the one part plays and then the other responds. I love this. Response, call and response. I want to get up and dance. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I can't believe those two things are happening at the same time. Oh, now they're dancing together. Oh, she's wearing shoes. Are they like, do they have the same steps? Yes. They're synchronized. I like this like their part. It's like, ooh, now we have another part of the music. Yeah, now it's everyone. Oh my god, it's moving so fast. It's so energetic. I love this. Okay, this came from nowhere. This is like pumping, like. Oh, and they're moving in the background. They're not just standing. I love the feet stomping. Yeah, like the choreography is obviously it's mixing like several parts of a dance, I would assume. They're just like breathing very hard, but I would expect them to breathe like super hard because this was a tough dance. I feel like I can breathe again. I'm like, they basically look almost no out of breath. Yeah, eclipsed the main event. People were like, no, we want you to win. Okay, transform into a full shell. Yeah, they're probably being, this was amazing.
Amazing dancing! Was that or was that not the most spectacular performance
It was.
ever seen?
Ladies and gentlemen, Jean Butler and Michael Flatley.
Who were those guys? Okay, so I think this was incredible. I loved it. It's very funny that apparently this transformed itself into a show. I would assume like a theater show of the sort. It's a dance show, probably in a theater. I don't know. It is a theater show. It's a show in general. But I would think it's incredible that this little, what was it? Like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. 5 minutes, 6 minutes transform. They were so incredibly popular that they made it so, oh, we're gonna create a whole show with this because we became so popular. People were probably be like, we want to see this. We want to see a full show of this, not just 5 minutes, 6 minutes. We want a whole hour or 45 minutes. And it transformed itself into this incredible thing. I don't know if the show was some sort of just just like a play, probably in the sense of there was a story and we're following the story, but instead of like a theater play, but instead of a play with people talking and just telling you a story, they're telling you the story through dance. Probably that's what I would imagine, but I really do not have any idea about this. Or it was just because what is dance? Dance is a form of expression, and you can actually tell stories through dance. So I would think, yes, of course, and something so intrinsically like tied with the Irish probably identity, because this thing is traditional Irish dancing, then of course it's gonna be very A, traditionalist, and B, it's gonna tell you a story about our people and how we are, but through this dance that represents us. So I think that's very beautiful. I want to say the whole the stomping of the feet and the type of how they were moving their legs, it reminded me a little bit, obviously not the exact same thing, but it's very similar to flamenco dancing. Just the position of the feet, the whole, because you can stomp, right? There's a lot of stomping, a lot of dances that have to do with stomping the feet, but this is really, it is very similar to flamenco dancing. I think the whole, because the position of the feet is quite similar, there were some sort of positions with the legs and with the feet that were, I think it's probably the same movement. So I'm wondering about that. Why are they so, because obviously flamenco is a traditional Spanish dance, and this is an Irish dance, and it's traditional as well. So how come they're similar? So that's really interesting to me. They obviously came from the same people, maybe once before. One was Ireland, and the other was Spain. I would assume yes. Maybe they had the same influence. Obviously, 1,000 years ago, they probably came from the same kind of thing. I don't know, I'm just spitballing here, but it is really interesting to me that they are so similar. Not in the music, of course, the music is different, the rhythm is different, well, sort of, the music, oh, I get it, like the music is very different. And the actual dance itself, of course, is different, flamenco has other things, but just the actual position of the feet and stuff, it is very similar to flamenco, so that's really interesting. I would love to know the origins. Probably they do not know, because again, it's such a like folkloric thing, and such a traditional kind of thing, that it's probably, well, we know up until a certain point, it started here because it's the first time we have recorded the history of this, but who knows where exactly came from. Probably those things are kind of lost in throughout history, just because it's something so incredibly old that it wasn't when this was, and when people were used to dance, were dancing like this, or they were creating this way of dancing. Probably there was no written thing of, oh, let's record this for future generations. No, they weren't thinking of they were not thinking about this. Probably no one knew how to read. They didn't know how to write. It was probably another language, who knows, another dialect. But I would love to know the history behind this, because I think it's very beautiful. Something obviously, but I would assume it's more tied, and it makes sense that they're more tied together. The drums, I think the drums are they remind me a little bit of also Scottish music, and the music itself is very similar to Scottish music. But I would assume, well, yes, Scotland and Ireland, I think they have a more shared history. They're part of the United Kingdom, and they were probably, at some point, they were definitely, I think that's probably the Celtic influence, I would assume, but I do not know anything about this, but I would assume it's probably the Celtic influence, and that's where I'm hearing in the sense of the music being quite similar, both in the drums and actual the music itself. I think they probably didn't have, I think they had like a flute, or they didn't have bagpipes, but something on the percussion, it was making me, oh, it sounds similar to Scottish music. Not specifically the same, but it does sound similar. So I really do find it quite interesting. I'm wondering if Scotland also has this Scottish dance. Probably, I don't think they do. Probably they have other things, but that's interesting. How come Ireland was the one, like, that they said we're going to preserve this, we're going to express ourselves through dance, and I love it. I think my favorite part, I think that the beginning was beautiful. I love that part. That it was obviously, I think it was a soprano the voice itself of the singer was beautiful. It was very like a very high notes and very very clear. Like she had a beautiful voice. But besides that, the music, again, the music itself and the way of singing, the way they were singing, all of them, was very particular. I don't think you get that in any sort of like pop song or just songs in general. No, it's very, very traditional. I associate that again with probably some sort of Celtic influence. This, I cannot explain like how it is, because it's, oh, what are the characteristics? What are the elements? I wouldn't be able to tell you. I just know that it sounds sort of mystical. It sounds similar to something fantastical. I feel like, yeah, I'm in a fantasy realm. That's what I feel. I feel like I'm in the woods. I feel like I'm with the fairies. I feel something magical happening. Obviously, I love that they had the hoods and everything was dark, and there was, I think, a tree in the background. A tree in the screens, not an actual tree. That I love it because it is definitely, that's what this music, I am imagining something like this. So the music really does calls to mind something like this, and I love it because it's like, oh yes, it's very mystical, very mysterious, and I personally, I love this. I love that part. And then my other favorite part, I think they both have their solos, which I really like, both dancers, both the woman and the man. But she was incredible, of course, amazing. But I think personally, I would prefer his solo, but not because of a talent thing. It's just because I prefer the music, because her music was a little bit slower, and his music was livelier, very upbeat, and I love the little dance battle with the musicians. So I think that was probably my favorite part, but it's just personal preference, because I think I prefer the livelier music and the more upbeat music when it comes to this particular type of dancing. But of course, I think, well, no, I was gonna say, well, maybe one of these showcases better the talents, but it's both of them showed. I think they were both incredibly showcased. Like the one with the slower part in her case, and it wasn't even that slow. It's just a little less upbeat. It was obviously because it's very, I think you really do have to like mark like the steps, and it's very yes, I'm doing this and doing that, and obviously her kicks and her position, like the whole body position was incredible, was amazing. But then on his part, yeah, you have the whole, we have to do this quickly, we have to do this fast, and obviously the dance battle as well, I loved it. And of course the little part at the end where they all came together and there were a bunch of dancers and everyone's incredibly synchronized. I think they were seriously all going at the same time. I love that. That was also one of my favorite parts, just because you have so many people. I maybe around 15 or 20, and to imagine they're also incredibly synchronized at the same time. They are literally going, the steps are going by the second. How many times did it actually took them to learn this? I'm always wondering about the preparation, how long it took them to actually get there. I would assume they were already a dance company and they were used to sort of dancing with each other. So I think probably that makes it a little bit easier, just because your bodies kind of get used to the same synchronization. I think that happens. I think. But still, obviously, this choreography, they had to know, we are putting on a show, and this is what we're doing. And how long did it take them when it comes to practice? Probably around 3 months, I would assume, 6 months, probably more. It's incredible preparation that goes into this, and so it's like, wow, bravo, seriously, it was incredible. And I want to know the actual show that transpired because of this. But just the fact that it was a Eurovision Song Contest, they weren't even participating. It was something that Ireland, as the country that was probably hosting, was, oh, we're gonna do this little thing, this interval, for you to guys know what kind of music. It's very traditional in our country. And that transpired to, we're putting on a show, an actual show afterwards, not even a year later, where you can come and actually see this, because people were like, no, we want to see this whole thing. Can't you guys win? It's like, no, we cannot win. It's an interval, we're not participating. But it is kind of incredible to see that, no, this is where the movement started. And you know what? I get it. I absolutely get it, because it was lovely, and I would if I've been there, I would have also probably been, you know what, I kind of want to see a show about this. And now I don't know if it's running, but I would love to actually see the whole Riverdance show. I would assume that was the name. I would actually love to see it. But that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.